Hi, so I want to talk about Phillies. Win over Green Bay. I mean, look, there's a lot to say. Um, there's a lot to say. I'm going to start with Jalen Hurts. I'm not even going to go to teams. I'm going to go to quarterbacks. This couldn't have been a worse. This is one of the worst football games I've ever watched, especially offensively. This was a low level offensive. I've seen high school teams play a lot better offensive football and high school quarterbacks play a lot better offensive football than Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love just played. And I don't think it's crazy to say there's some high school quarterbacks that couldn't come do better than this crap. I'm just telling you now. Uh, Jalen Hurts stinks. I continue to feel the same way I felt when they lost to the Giants. That was it for me. You need to bench Jalen Hurts for Tanner McKee. And the Philly needs to be in the market for a quarterback this offseason. Flat out what it is. Philly and Green Bay need to be in the market for quarterbacks in 2026 and 2027. I don't know what else to say. Jalen Hurts, to me, is just not good enough to win a Super Bowl with unless he has a very overly dominant roster. If he has a very overly dominant roster like he did last year, where the team he didn't, and then Saquon Barkley can be what he is, and the O line and all that stuff, then they can. It doesn't matter because anybody could have won on that team last year in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts didn't do anything that he didn't do stuff that nobody else could do. But if it's almost like no, I'm not gonna say that, but if Philly doesn't have an overly just dominant roster that nobody can compete with, the Eagles are not going to win a Super Bowl because Jalen Hurts isn't that elevator of a quarterback. He's not that he's not a dominant MVP candidate quarter. He's not that. He's just not an elevator. He's not an elevator quarterback. He's not going to elevate a team when the team's that overly dominant. He didn't do it last year. They only won because the team was just more dominant than everybody else. The team was just too good. Nobody in the NFL could handle them. All you had to do was hand it off and make easy throws to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. It was nothing hard for Jalen Hurts. He stinks. You see, the team is no longer overly dominant, and now he stinks. I'm telling you right now, Philadelphia, they're gonna get boat raced by somebody in the playoffs. And the NFC stinks, but somebody's gonna boat race Philadelphia. Because this team stinks. Their defense, Quinion Mitchell ain't crap, and he ain't never been crap. Right? So I ain't gonna say anything bigger, but he's massively overrated to me. I've been standing on that. I'm gonna continue to stand on it. Jalen Hurts need to be benched for Tanner McKee. I've been standing on that. I'm gonna stand on it. I'm watching him look at AJ Brown that what could have been easily a touchdown, if not first and goal, and he doesn't throw to him when they got that 3 points on that one drive. It's just like I don't understand, like because AJ Brown's gonna leave, and I have no problem with him leaving. AJ Brown has wasted his career in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts. He is not being used the way he should be. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, I'm gonna say more than that. But right now, this year, it's a waste of a year of his career because he's not being used as he should be. When you're wide open for a potential touchdown, your quarterback doesn't throw it to you. I don't know what else you do. I don't. And the other safety that even could even make a play on you is running that way. Oh, and you're here, and the safety's going over there. All you do is catch it and run straight. And AJ Brown, he's gonna run right in. By the time he gets there, full team, they're gonna watch him just coast into the end zone. And Hurst decides to run for a 4 yard scramble, like make it second and six, third and six, or whatever, or second and six. I always tell you, like Jalen Hurts stinks, legitimately stinks. They need to be in the market for a quarterback. If you're Eagles, and or not, if they don't, Nick Sirianni will be out of a job, and dudes will be fired in Philadelphia. And Jalen Hurts will also be out of a job eventually. I'm telling you right now, dudes will lose their job if Jalen Hurts doesn't get benched, including Jalen Hurts. He stinks. Because this offense is a lot better than what's being portrayed. And I think the problem that Barkley's having is that teams aren't scared. Which why would you be if you're? Are you scared of Jalen Hurts and him beating you with his arm? Heck no. No, you're not. You're not scared of Jalen Hurts beating you with his arm. You're not. So I'm loading the box and I'm stopping Barkley. It ain't hard. So that's the first thing. The second thing, when it comes to Green Bay, is the same thing I have for Green Bay. The same thing I have for Philadelphia. The same thing I have for Green Bay. This offense should be performing a lot better than it is. If you, Now here's my thing: if y'all want to part ways with Matt Lafleur, you can. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be the result that you want because Matt Lafleur didn't forget how to call plays. Jordan Love is not an elite level quarterback. I don't know what it's going to take for y'all to understand that. Y'all consider him blame Matt Lafleur, but I'm telling you right now, he's going to. If you let him go and he gets fired, he's going to go somewhere else and he's going to win. I promise you, Matt LaFleur goes to New York with Jackson, an actual quarterback, he will beat the brakes off of this backers defense with Jackson with Jackson. And all of a sudden, Jackson and the Giants will start winning all of a sudden. Matt LaFleur gets over there. It's not a Matt LaFleur. It's the same thing with Sark at Texas. Matt LaFleur didn't go from an offensive play caller who had Aaron Rodgers winning back-to-back MVPs or multiple. I don't know back-to-back, but multiple MVPs late into his 30s to he stinks now he can't call plays. Troy Aikman showing y'all the last play to Watson at the end of the game, Watson, you got to throw that flatter and let Watson run underneath it and go get it. Instead, he throws it up right into and it lets Makuba, the safety, make a play on it. Like, he's showing y'all Jordan Love is not an elite level quarterback. He's not highly accurate. I don't think he has a mind. He was getting sacked and threw the ball and fumbled it right there when they were trying to get it pointed in the halftime. I mean, I don't know what y'all want Matt LaFleur to do. It's not his fault. Now y'all can sit there and act like the result is Matt LaFleur's fault. What Matt LaFleur needs to do is be in the market for a quarterback. He needs to be in the market for a quarterback. But to sit there and say, "Oh, we want to fire Matt LaFleur," is the dumbest thing I think a Packers. I know the dumbest thing the Packers could do, because Matt LaFleur is not the problem as of right now. It's Jordan Love. He's not an elite level quarterback. He's throwing interceptions in triple coverage versus the Panthers. What is that Matt LaFleur supposed to do about that? So Jordan Love's not the problem. A lot of times y'all want to blame them coaches before you blame the players. It's not a Matt LaFleur problem. It's not a Kevin Spatola problem in Philadelphia. It's not the play caller's fault that the quarterbacks absolutely stink. And everybody can see it but Packers fans that Jordan Love stinks. Y'all had a great one in Brett Favre. You had a great one in Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry to tell y'all finally missed on a quarterback. Y'all finally did. Y'all finally missed on a quarterback. And you would think y'all would know what a high-level quarterback looks like when you've had two Hall of Famers. But maybe you don't, because this is not high-level quarterback play. But the Packers had a great run between Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. But they finally missed on a quarterback. And they're going to have to go and try to do it again. And it is what it is. But you missed on Jordan Love. He's not the guy. But if you want to fire Matt LaFleur and pay the consequences of firing a coach that is very capable at his job, and from what I see right now is not the problem in Philadelphia, in Green Bay, because what you're going to do is you're going to fire Matt LaFleur, you're going to hire somebody else, and guess what? You're going to have the same issues you're having now. You're going to say, oh, damn. So Matt LaFleur was never the problem. It was always Jordan Love. Everybody in America can see Jordan Love the problem, but Packers fans, y'all got to open your eyes and see what's going on. Because I'm telling you, you're going to pay a steep price if you let Matt LaFleur leave, because somebody's going to pluck him, and you're going to regret it. And they're going to win with him. So, it's just dumb. Jordan Love stinks. He's not a good quarterback. This is one of the worst football games I've ever watched in my life. Both these teams would easily get boat raced in the playoffs. I'm guaranteeing it now. I can see it for both teams. The Packers defense ain't nothing hot if you can hold up against a pass rush. Philly's defense ain't nothing hot. Quinn Mitchell ain't crap. He ain't not this season. He ain't crap. I don't want to hear about no Cortano, but he ain't crap. Your Hurts ain't crap. Both these teams stink. The NFC I don't know if the NFC has ever been the worst as a conference. This is the worst I've ever seen the NFC be as a conference. It's wide open. The fact that the Eagles are even number one seed in this conference is laughable. That's pathetic. They stink. This NFC conference stinks. It's wide open. If there's ever a time to win the NFC, it's right now, this year, maybe even next year, because this conference stinks right now. All the quarterbacks that are big time are in the AFC. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Joe Burrow, like all those quarterbacks in the AFC. I mean, all the NFC got is Matt Stafford. Dak Prescott ain't crap. Jared Goff ain't crap. Jaden Daniels is hurt. He's not even going. He'll be playing. The only thing he playing for is the number one overall pick, in that franchise, in that organization. Who else? Baker Mayfield's really cool. We'll see what he does. Now he's cooled off though. He looked horrible versus a pretty much four-string Lions secondary. Who else? We got to see what Darnold can do in the playoffs. We got to see about him. He may be one of those guys that's a great regular season player, but isn't a great playoff player. He may be another one that ain't crap. Who else? Brock Purdy ain't crap in the playoffs. What quarterback really is giving issues in the playoffs? Like, okay, yeah, he's legit, and we know he can be a big-time player in big-time playoff games. Matthew Stafford, the only one I can think of that's going to be in the playoffs this year. Who else going to be? It ain't going to be Hurts. It ain't going to be Love. We got to see a bigger sample size from Darnold. Only been one game. We got to see more sample size. But the jury's still out on him. It's not a for sure. It's not a for sure for me for one way or the other with Darnold. Like I said, more sample size. This year we'll confirm it whether he's good enough or not. We'll see. And you see a bigger sample size from him. Who else? Mayfield. We'll see when they get healthy. But right now, he's really cooled off. Like I said, struggled against a really beat up. And I mean, the Lions were playing a practice squad guys in that game. He couldn't do nothing. Um, so he's cooled off. We'll see what he can do when they get healthy. But he's really cooled off. Um, who else? I can't think. Love stinks. Uh, I mean, maybe Carolina gets in. I don't think Bryce Young and them have enough weapons around. I don't. Yeah, Carolina have enough weapons around Bryce Young. Um, and so that's. I mean, even if they get, I think Bryce Young could be that guy. But do they have enough weapons around that guy? I don't think so to win playoff games or multiple playoff games and make a Super Bowl or NFC Championship run. I don't think so. So I mean, Bryce Young will probably be one of the only guys. Matt Stafford, Darnold's case style on the jury style on Darnold. Love stinks. Hurt stinks. Goff stinks. Goff he ain't no big time player. So Brock Purdy stinks. So I just don't see not playoff player. So NFC's wide open. Time to know the NFC is now. Simple as that.